Do you struggle with getting organized? Well, you're in luck because today we're going to talk about the three things every space needs to get and stay organized here on Get Organized with Jodi. Hi, I'm Jodi Granock. I'm a certified professional organizer with over 15 years in the field. And I have seen my fair share of struggles among my clients who are trying to either get organized or stay organized. And this video is intended to help you find the motivation that you need if you too are struggling to start this organizational process. Here's the thing, an organized home is not created by having perfection. It's not created by having expensive storage bins or doing marathon cleaning sessions. You get an organized home when you are creating spaces that are designed to support your real life. And when your room is consistently cluttered, it's usually not because you're lazy or unmotivated. More often, it means that the room is missing a few foundational systems that would make staying organized easier and more natural. So, there are three things that every successful space needs, no matter what size the room is or what the purpose of the room is. And that is, it needs a clear purpose, it needs a containment system, and it needs a reset routine. And when you have these three things working together, maintaining order is going to be much simpler. So let's start with the first one. Every room needs a clear purpose. One of the fastest ways that clutter accumulates is when a room tries to be too many things. So you might have a dining room that is a mail station, a homework zone, a storage room, and a dumping ground for random items. You might have a bedroom that's a workspace, an exercise room, a laundry area, and a catch-all for unfinished projects. When a room doesn't have a defined purpose, it becomes difficult to know what really belongs there. So ask yourself, what activities are supposed to happen in this room? And what items support doing those activities? And what then does not belong here? Now, that doesn't mean that every room can only serve one purpose. There are many homes that require a space to do multi-functions, right? But the key is intentionality. For example, you can have your home office in a guest room. You can say that in the kitchen, it's also going to have a homework station. You can say that the mudroom is also going to be where I store all my pet supplies. The goal is simply to define the room's jobs so that you can make decisions about what stays. Because when a room has clear purpose, it's easier to declutter. Storage decisions become simpler, random items stand out more quickly, and family members know where things belong. Purpose creates boundaries, and boundaries create order. So let's talk about the second thing. Every room needs containment. Containment is one of the most overlooked organizing tools because if you don't have boundaries, items are naturally going to spread out and you get paper covering your whole countertop or your table. You have toys scattered across the floor. You have bathroom products that are multiplying in drawers and cabinets. And you have laundry piles that grow on chairs, or in this case, couches. But containment tells your belongings where they live. Now, it doesn't have to be a complicated product. Some of the best containment tools are open baskets, shallow trays, decorative boxes, drawer dividers, hooks, and small bins. The container itself is your visible limit. If that container overflows, it's a signal that it's time to edit down the contents instead of having those contents expand into more spaces. Containment also helps reduce visual stress. A room feels calmer when items are grouped intentionally instead of scattering them everywhere. Even everyday objects can look tidier when they're contained. So, for example, you could have all your mail inside an open, shallow tray. You can have all your shoes in a designated bin. You can have, as you see here, all your toiletries grouped together with drawer organizers. Containment transforms your clutter into manageable categories. The third thing every room needs is a reset routine because even the best organized room will drift into disorder without having a simple reset routine for regular maintenance. Because organizing is not a one and done, it's not a one-time event, it's a rhythm. It keeps going. And a reset is a quick process that returns the room back to your baseline order. We're not talking here about deep cleaning. We're not talking about perfection. We're just simply restoring the space so that it can function well again. So, here are some examples of simple resets: clearing the kitchen counters before you go to bed, returning all the throw blankets to a basket, putting your shoes back in the mudroom, going through your mail and sorting it every day, loading the dishwasher every night, doing a 5-minute toy pickup before bed. These small resets are going to prevent overwhelming messes from building up over time. And the easier the reset, the more likely it will happen consistently. That's why organizing systems should support your real habits instead of an ideal that you might see on TV or in a magazine. Because if your system is too complicated, it's not going to last. Look, beautiful homes are not necessarily the most organized home. A successful home is the kind that's designed with clear purpose, with practical containment, and manageable maintenance routines. When every room has those three things, your home becomes easier to care for, easier to use, and far less stressful to maintain. So, organization is not about creating a picture perfect space. It's about creating a home that supports the life that's happening inside it. I hope this video has helped you understand the ways of getting organized and provided you with the motivation you need to start moving forward. I encourage you to visit organizingmagic.com for more organizing resources, including our free e-newsletter and information about our monthly Zoom webinars, which are also free. And remember that new videos drop every Friday, so be in the know and click like and subscribe before you go so you never miss a single video. I'll see you next time.